We are watching the great magic act as the left makes the middle class disappear. What's up, everybody? Welcome aboard to Bubba's Bottom Line for Sunday, November the 7th. My God, it's November already. Thanksgiving is coming. Christmas is coming. Maybe. In the meantime, as I said in the opening, we are watching the middle class disappear thanks to this administration and their rotten, no good policies. In the meantime, this update is brought to you by our friends at Capital Trading Group, the one of our brokers for futures and commodities. And of course, we use many different brokers, and I always give you full disclosure, but we do prefer for our letter of direction, commodities and futures trading, Capital Trading Group, because they do a great job. They get great customer service. They're the only ones I can authorize to do the letter of direction trading. And they've got great products of their own. Plus, they handle all my accounts. That is info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That is info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. So, as we watch the supposed party of the small, the little guy, we watch them step by step and brick by brick and piece by piece and law by law take away America's freedoms and the ability for the small business to survive. It is that simple. Now you can believe what you want, but if you just look at the facts, okay, look at how many small businesses are gone. Look at how much harder it is. Look at what the labor costs are now. You can't own a small business anymore when you got to pay almost 3 times what the minimum wage is. Okay, you have systematically with this moronic stimulus packages and debt that we are creating, taking away the small business opportunity, the ability to become capitalistic, the ability to build the next Apple, the next Amazon, the next Tesla. Any of the great companies that started out in a garage has been destroyed by this administration and every stupid policy that they continue to add on. And yet they want to add on more debt, which will never be able to be paid back, taking us to what we have talked about here many times. The UBI, Universal Basic Income, is the whole plan behind the destruction of the middle class. They are not the party of the small. They are the party of the billionaire, the very people that they talk about on a regular basis. And you saw the imbecile AOC with her let's tax the rich dress. Okay, look, there's going to be rich. And when they get what they want, there's going to be a lot fewer rich and a lot more poor. And you will be one of them, because this is what they are. This is the grand plan, the grand design of everything that you're watching, from the idiocy of not pumping our own gas and using fracking and shale producing to lower the cost while we go through this extraordinary period between the virus and the criminals and everything else that's going on. We should be still doing our own because we were a net exporter. But instead, we are giving up all of our power to all of our enemies. Isn't that what you're supposed to do? You're supposed to give up your power to the people that hate you the most. And boy, are they laughing outside of the United States now, the world leaders, okay? Because nothing would make them happier than to see America fail. Now, we will not fail. Okay? We will find a way out of this. I am confident. It may not be the most pleasant way, but you can bet there will be a way out of here. But you've got the amount of money they want to spend, and of course our fearless Fed, which is another joke of an organization. But of course that has been known since it was established, okay, in 1913, okay, that they were a joke and it was a criminal organization. It's like the mafia. Okay, that's what the Federal Reserve is. They chip away. You have to almost pay protection with those guys. Okay, they're not following what the mandates are supposed to be. They are continually destructing our country, and you've now turned the Federal Reserve into a political office, although they are supposed to be a private corporation. Okay, they are designed to be private, but with the name the Federal Reserve, they wanted people to think that it was the government. But that great Janet Yellen, another one of our idiots, who years ago, thought that we would never have another sell-off again, who thought that, just continuing to print, and actually don't print anymore, they push a button, but flood the system with more money, has been followed through with by Jerome Powell. And we can thank the genius of them all, Alan Greenspan, for making this the biggest bubble in history and making the ability to earn harder and have to make more to live worse. That is always the problem. And any of you who are marketing business or salespeople know what I'm talking about. You have to work harder every year to make the same money you made the year before, because they will not recognize the total inflation. The inflation ratings came out at about 5.25% or 5.5%. In the meantime, wages have only gone up 4.5%. So we're still losing money, but I would bet a hell of a lot more if they did an actual real accounting of what inflation is. It's closer to 20 and rising much faster. So you can look at it any way you want, but I urge you to look inside your own life and see if life is costing you a lot more. That both parents have to work part-time jobs and not be able to take care of their children. You've got some total disruptions that are coming on, and of course, Wharton School of Economics analyzes the Biden lies. And they concluded that the cost of the free, that wouldn't cost us anything, Build Back Better plan would be double what the administration is claiming. So again, you can think about it however you would like to think about it, but at the end of the day, the logic, the math, nothing can add up to what they are telling us, which is, again, lies. That's what we get. Now, listen, I'm not defending any politicians, because both sides of the aisle have to collude to make all this crap happen. Even with one party having control, they need everybody to collude to make all this garbage happen. But their net goal, because now Yellen comes out and says, oh, well, now the grand reset price from last week I talked about, that she said it wasn't anything, it wouldn't cost us a thing. Now she says it will be $150 trillion to get it all done. $150 trillion. Just multiply everything that you do times 5 except for your wages. And then you'll find out how good that is. But, Janet Yellen is more like the scarecrow before he saw the wizard. And if I could sing the same thing, if I only had a brain. But, the Biden's now cheering that bill that Pelosi shoved down the throats on Friday, giving them a $575 billion infrastructure package, I think it is. Now, I would love to see it get done, the infrastructure. I mean, that would create jobs. That would create a stronger economy. That would do a lot of good if they get it done. But I've seen this I've been hearing the promise of infrastructure for the last, since the 70s from every president. So this is not a party issue. This is not a biased, because basically I am not biased. I'm in the middle of the road. I am a true libertarian and don't believe that the government should have control over my personal decisions that only affect me. That's the argument Aaron Rodgers from the Green Bay Packers is trying to make right now because of the vaccines, but we'll talk about that some other time. In the meantime, we have the push for the universal coin. We talked about this about 6 or 7 months ago. Well, I think the first time I brought it was over a year ago, but 6 or 7 months ago, I said it's coming. It's coming faster than you think. And all of a sudden, it is becoming more of a mainstay. It's becoming more of a group worldwide central bank effort to fleece the universe of all their money. This is what you have to look forward to, because you know that the fiat currency system in itself is designed to be an organization that continues to devalue, try to hide inflation through the structure of paying you more numbers on your paycheck, but actually represents less dollars. Okay. And if you don't think there's going to be a world currency, if something doesn't happen, there is. We have given up our total independence as the country we are, because we have idiots that run this country. Okay. Because you open up the borders, and now they want to give $450,000 to everybody who supposedly was done wrong by President Trump, who was exactly following the laws that are on the books. Some of them that Biden put on those books when he was with Obama. Okay, so we can go into wherever you want. You can say what you want. You can believe what you want. But of course, Biden is now also, blacklists Israel, their spyware firms, because why? Who knows? Because he hates Israel. Okay, he always has. And of course, he has made it very challenging for Israel, and has put them in dire circumstances with every rule and law that he sets. And every time he separates himself farther from one of our best allies and one of our most loyal allies, you have destruction. So think about what is going on here. China is in total control. OPEC is in total control of our fuel supply, and they are once again telling OPEC it wouldn't be right not to increase the fuel outage, the drilling and shipping, but of course, you think OPEC cares what anybody here says? They're about one thing, and that's money. Okay, you could live like them, and have the oligarchs. If that's what you want, that is what you are on pace to get right now. As we continue to have election fraud, as we continue to have in Michigan, they sued the Michigan Secretary of State for failing to remove dead people from the voting rolls. This is not new. I mean, again, and of course, I guess the creme de la creme is that guy named Fauci, Dr. Doom, I think is what he really is. He has totally butchered the entire COVID. He has done things that are unthinkable and unspeakable, throughout this whole COVID thing. And he's an idiot, And I don't understand how some get such great power when they are totally clueless as to what is going on. And of course, they have made the virus a political issue, not what it is, a virus or a pandemic that needed to be addressed. But instead, we have now turned it into a complete political story. And, as we look at the potential for revolt in this country, and there will be another revolution. You can bet on it. You're starting to see interesting things happening with the cryptocurrency world, and that is a couple of mayors, one in Miami and the new one in New York, are taking their paychecks in Bitcoin, in cryptocurrency. How they got that approved, I don't know. Because that the government and the central banking system and the Fed hate cryptocurrencies because it takes away their power, their control to make America disappear. This is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Todd Bubba Horowitz. It is Sunday, November the 7th. And, and like I said, it's been a crazy week, and we'll talk about jobs and everything else when we come back from the break with my market report. In the meantime, don't forget about our other brokerage partner, at Tradier. Now, again, I have many brokers, but Tradier Brokerage is phenomenal. Now I have the big ones. You've heard of them. I have Thinkorswim. I show that all the time. But Tradier is unbelievable. $10 a month is the first thing I should have to say. I mean, it's $10. If you can tell me that you don't want to save, a couple of thousand or more dollars a year, by paying $10 versus whatever you're paying. That's your choice. Doesn't seem too bright, but that's your choice. In the meantime, they've got great customer service, and we also have their APIs, which allows us to automate our equity portfolios for our members at no cost. Tradier does not charge. We don't charge. And of course, our hedgers, we have a software licensing agreement because hedging is a class, not a membership. But either way, you'll save more in brokerage than you would ever. So the actual net cost would be actually picked up by Tradier. Check them out. Try.tradier.com/Bubba. That's try.tradier.com/Bubba. And our metals partner, okay, who I do all my shopping with for gold, silver, and platinum and others. And of course, you can either take delivery or you can have them store for you, but it is Strategic Wealth Preservation. And check them out at swpcayman.com/Bubba-trading. That is Sierra Whiskey Papa, Charlie Alpha Yankee, Michael Alpha November.com/Bubba-trading. Again, you check them out for yourself. Look, I want you to check everybody out. You don't have to take my word for anything. Okay. And of course, farmers, you need to check out Family Farms Group. They will help you with much of the minutia in farming not the ones you have to clean up, but the stuff with the books and with the human resources and insurance plans and all kinds of stuff that really is not profitable for you, but is time consuming, which is actually a loss because it takes you off the combine, off the tractor, out of the farm. And in the meantime, check out Family Farms Group, familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. That's familyfarmsgroup.com/Bubba-trading. And of course, our commodity report, written by Andy Heck, Technomental. It is by far the finest commodity report. And for the next 2 weeks, I will offer you a sample. If you would like to see a sample of the Technomental commodity report, I will send you a sample of the previous week's version. Okay. And it comes out with trades every day. It comes out with portfolios weekly. It is using our algorithms. So go to BUBBATrading.com, send me an email at BUBBATrading.com, and I will send you a sample of this report. Okay. And I think you will find that if you're trading commodities and not using this, you should have gone and seen a doctor. And of course, our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba-trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba-trading. And remember our advisory role with Chips, Charlie Hotel Papa Zulu. They're in the crypto world. They are a newer entry, and they're trying to take over the sports books with the crypto of Chips, which you can check them out at My Chips, Charlie Hotel India Papa Zulu.io, and see what they're up to. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, your host, Todd Bubba Horowitz. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, November the 7th. And of course, as you can see by my background, I'm in Vegas, my second home. But lots going on in markets, and we continue to melt up. The great melt up continues, as well as the jobs report was a big number. Now, again, I never put any stock into what government reports I get. There's a ton of them. The problem with government reports are they're always revised, adjusted later. So is it real? I don't know. Okay. But I think you are seeing a number of things happen, and we'll talk about those and more right after I tell you that this segment is going to be sponsored by Tradier Brokerage. They are equities and options. I do have many brokers, but I do save 5 figures a month by using Tradier as my key resource, because I only charge $10 a month instead of 65 cents a contract or whatever it is that you are paying. In the meantime, they've got great customer service, and we've got their APIs, which allows us to automate your equity portfolio. Okay. If you're a member at no charge, they don't charge, we don't charge. And if you're a hedger, you can get the software licensing for less than it would probably cost you in total between commissions that you're paying elsewhere, because right now it can only be done through Tradier, but we are in the process of doing other things as well. In the meantime, check them out. Try.tradier.com/Bubba. That's try.tradier.com/Bubba. So as I was saying, okay, jobs, big number. Okay, markets exploded higher. And of course, the great melt up continues as we see not only did the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P make unbelievably new highs, okay, but also finally the Russell has broken out dramatically, up about 15% in the last 2 weeks. Now, the markets are up. I made a statement about 7 or 8 weeks ago or so, somewhere in that range. And I said, I think we're going to move 20% to 25%, one way or the other. At that time, I said, and I do not believe that it can be up. I think it can only be down. Well, guess what? I'm going to be right on the move, but I'm going to be wrong on the lean. But of course, you know that I trade nothing but the algorithms, and we remain long all four major indices and having a very good solid period. And as we have turned everything around, so that's what we're going to see. And it looks like, you know, we're going right into the very busy time of the Christmas to Santa Claus rally. So unless Santa Claus came early with all the Black Friday sales, maybe we'll get the 20 to 25% move to the upside. Okay. Now in the metals, they have also started to turn around nicely. Now they're still in pretty much of a nasty pattern of consolidation. You know, that you have to understand that the torture of consolidation is as bad as it gets. It's a horrible trading pattern for those who want to trade. It goes to one spot and it stops and goes the other way. But anyways, it looks like we're finally getting to that point where gold could be breaking out. It's 1820 is the next key spot. It closed at 1816. And silver is looking pretty good now, finally. Platinum. So we're seeing some good movement, and I think you're going to see a run higher from here. Now, again, it could change. I can't make long-term predictions like that. I do like it. I do always buy physical either way from our friends at SWP Cayman. But in the meantime, it looks very solid. The dollar, which we are now short dollars. The dollar is higher. The dollar was higher and popped again. You know, there's some warning signs between the dollar, bonds, and notes because we're now long bonds and notes again as well. Okay, from being short everything. Well, actually, we'll get long notes tonight. Okay, or tomorrow, depending on when you execute. But we were short them. But now, you know, all that means is that the interest rates are probably coming lower again. Okay, as they tried to push them up, they're not coming back to the downside. Okay, Bitcoin, you know, flattish week, but is pointing much higher. And I would suspect, you know, with the new product of Ether coming out, the new micro in Ether, which will be at the CME, okay, usually we see new highs on any good news. And that is pretty good news for the crypto world. It's good news for us because we'll be able to add it to our portfolio and have Bitcoin and Ether together. And I assure you, Ether is in an uptrend as well as Bitcoin as well. And we are still long, of course. Copper, lower. Now that's a warning sign a little bit, you know, with lumber. Now last week lumber was a little bit higher, but it's way down from 1,800 to 600. Okay, but copper we are still short and it looks pretty weak. But it'll probably find a bottom here, you know, towards in that big wide range it's been trading in. Nat gas we are long. It was a rough week for us last week in nat gas. We got longer higher than we're closed. But in the meantime we are long, and this is the right time of year. You really don't want to be short nat gas this time of year unless the prices are really good. And they're not bad, but we could see, you get a little snap in weather, you're going to see some crazy prices coming. And excuse me, as I told you, the bonds and notes, we're going to be long the notes as well. The grain markets, okay. Oh, I forgot to tell you about crude. Let me tell you about crude first. We're now short crude, okay. And crude exploded. We sold it on a higher open on Friday. Okay. And of course it continued to go and it continued to go. And it basically recovered all of Thursday's loss. But again, we're now short, and that was what the trend appears to be based on the algorithm. In the meantime, it is what it is. And if it goes back up, well, I'm sure we will be reversing. That's just a common theme. Okay. When you're trading in those environments. Okay. In the meantime, in the grain markets, okay, we are long corn, we are long wheat, we are short soybeans. They're all a little bit lower. Soybeans really weak. That 1250 level in soybeans did not hold. That's basis in January, and that's a concern. Okay, now I think we're going to see higher prices in corn and wheat. I do think soybeans are going to catch up, but at this moment, our positions are long, and short. And in the meats, okay, the protein complexes is known as, we are long them all. Okay, we were short many and we capitalized, and now we're long them all. And they look pretty solid. They look like there's going to be some pretty good action going on. And everything, a lot of those things, a lot of those products have a dependency on not only what the economy is doing, but that we're going to be open and that the pandemic is wailing down. But in the meantime, we are long cattle, both live and feeders, and of course, hogs. And when you go into the softs world, okay, cotton, this has been wild, but we are long cotton. And it was higher on the week. And coffee was a little bit higher on the week, and we continue to be long there as well. Sugar we're still short. And I had a big, good, nice up week unfortunately. But no, again, when it gets to a point, the algorithm is measuring it, and when it gets to a point to reverse, it will reverse trend, and that is just the way life goes, and that's what we do. So in the meantime, we are still short sugar. Cocoa got clobbered, and we are short cocoa as well. And OJ got whooped a little bit, and we are still short OJ as well. So again, pretty good week for us. We've been stringing them together, after the drawdown. Okay, but again, you want to take a look now, at the crypto world, because they continue to tell it's no good, but you're seeing more and more develop. Okay, so we're going to step out here for a break as we continue to watch markets go higher, and we come towards basically the last 5 trading weeks of the year, even though we've got 7 weeks left in the year, 8 weeks, whatever it is. But the week of Thanksgiving is nothing, and after the December expiration, you can basically say goodnight, Gracie, for real activity. In the meantime, we're going to step out here for that break, and we'll be back with my commentary right after the break. And make sure you check out our sponsors, and here they are. Again, we've got a couple of brokerage partners. One we talked about at the open, now Capital Trading Group. And as I tell you, I have many brokers, so it's not only one, but I do prefer for my members, okay, and for letter of direction trading, the Capital Trading Group, because I'll just tell you, they have great service, okay? They execute on time. They take care of everybody, and everybody gets the same fill because they do a bulk trade. Okay, they're terrific. Okay, and they answer the phone versus voicemail. They manage all my accounts. Okay, they're the ones I could vet for letter of direction trading, and they've got some great products on their own, including a new hedge product, which I would urge you to check out. In the meantime, check them out. info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. That is info.capitaltradinggroup.com/Bubba. And Family Farms Group, check them out, farmers. I just check them out. Look, the worst you got to do is you won't like it, right? FamilyFarmsGroup.com/Bubba-Trading. That's FamilyFarmsGroup.com/Bubba-Trading. And Strategic Wealth Preservation, my gold friends, gold, silver, and platinum. Check them out. CWPCayman.com/Bubba-Trading. It's Charlie Whiskey Papa. I'm losing my mind. I can't even give you the right moniker now. So I'll just have to move on, and you'll know it from earlier. But somewhere I lost my train of thought. So, and since this is live, we're being taped live, obviously, without a script, you're out of luck. I'll have to give it to you later. But in the meantime, don't forget the commodity report written by Andy Heck, Technomental. And look, Technomental, I'm gonna offer you to see an old issue for the next 2 weeks, going up to Thanksgiving. I will offer you a free look at it, because again, I'm telling you, this is straight up as a trader, as an investor, and as somebody who understands the markets very well. There is no better report than Technomental. Just email me at bubba@bubbatrading.com. Say you want to take a look at a copy of last week's issue. I will send it to you, and that would be what we would do there. And in the meantime, our high school program at Patreon, patreon.com/Bubba-Trading. That's patreon.com/Bubba-Trading. In the meantime, let's get back to Bubba's Bottom Line with me, Todd Bubba Horwitz, and my commentary. And, of course, a football pick. Welcome back. It is Bubba's Bottom Line. It is Sunday, and, of course, every week I give you my opinion, and I try not to get too nuts. But, this directly affected me, and this is really something that really bothers me. And, as I've mentioned, and I'm so worried about the freedom. Now, I'm old. I won't be around to see the total devastation that has a real potential to happen. Okay. But I warn you. Okay. Now, I don't know if any of you vape or use, tobacco or whatever, but they're legal products. That used to be a mainstay. I mean, you couldn't go to a movie without seeing somebody with a cigarette hanging out of their mouth. And I smoked for 40 years. Okay. But I don't smoke anymore. I vape. Okay. In the meantime, every state and the governments are starting to shut down vaping stores. Okay. Not for pot, just for tobacco. Okay. The store that was in my local neighborhood went out of business because they couldn't afford all the taxes and regulations that went along with it. So it took me 6 months to find a replacement. Okay. And on Friday, I tried to order some because I'm running low, and I have none. I'm in Vegas. I have none left. And the stuff that I've seen in stores, I didn't like it. So I put the order in, and I couldn't find someone to ship it. Okay. So I called the company, and they said that the governments restricted them from shipping my vaping product. Now, where is it the government's business to decide if I should vape or not? Whose business is it? Okay. Am I allowed to take responsibility for myself? Are they going to stop alcohol too? Are we going to go back into prohibition? Okay. I mean, again, these are freedoms that they are taking away from you, and you don't even recognize it. Please, America, wake up. It's ridiculous already at the freedom that we are losing with these imbeciles in charge. Okay. And this is both parties are stripping you. Okay. It's not just the Democrats here. It's everybody. Okay. Because they're letting this crap go on. And quite frankly, it's making me angry, baby. In the meantime, this is Bubba's Bottom Line. And again, freedom is we're giving up too much freedom, kids. And this technology is making it worse and worse and worse. So that's on you, but that's my view. In the meantime, football in America, what could have been a great game, it still could be a good game, but it really affected our ability to bet it. Okay. And we're going to take a beer and a pizza on the St. Louis Rams tonight. And only because Derrick Henry, who's King Henry, the greatest running back I've seen in quite a while, broke his foot and still played for a while last week. So he's out. He's out for the year. So the game has jumped. It's 7.5 or 8. It's too many points. But yet I have no confidence in the Tennessee Titans. In the meantime, have a great week, all. We'll see you back here we'll see you tomorrow with Bubba's Daily Update. But of course, next week with Bubba's Bottom Line. Have a great weekend, everybody. We'll see you later. Thank you so much, and goodbye.